On this episode of Travelogue, come and explore the world of the Mongolian people. We'll marvel at the skill of their famous horsemen, take part in some of their favourite sports, and discover what throat singing is all about. So join us as we experience real Mongolian life.
A journey to where nature is at her most magnificent and forbidding. To mysterious places where dazzling and diverse cultures flourish. Where China's numerous ethnic groups draw you into a world of color and vibrancy. Where distinct lifestyles, traditions, and crafts have survived the test of time. Join Travelogue on its 17-part ethnic odyssey, visiting more than 100 places across China. Ethnic Odyssey, an enlightened look at China's rich ethnic heritage.
In this episode, we wrestle our way through Inner Mongolia, racing from grasslands to forest.
Variety of China's landscape, diversity of its people. Welcome to Travelogue. Welcome to Inner Mongolia. This episode will show you how great the people so-called the living on the back of a horse. All right, let's go.
The Mongolian minority is one of the few remaining horse-based cultures in the world. Because of their nomadic lifestyle, horses play a very important role in their daily lives. In most places in Inner Mongolia, the horse is still the main mode of transport, and from the age of 3, children are able to ride. Ask any Mongolian person and they will tell you just how much they cherish their horse. Chances are they'll also be able to tell you stories or sing songs based on them. A favorite pastime in Mongolian cultures is horse racing, and children are often the jockeys, because they believe that a race is one based not on the rider's ability, but rather the horse's. The pace of life here is set by the speed of the horse, and a young man's eligibility is measured by his skill as a horseman. If you think that you are a good rider, I dare you to ride with a Mongolian. You might not feel the same way after. Another popular sport is wrestling. We're not talking about the WWF, because there's nothing fake about this. In Inner Mongolia, wrestling is one of the 3 manly skills, aside from horse riding and archery. Genghis Khan was convinced that wrestling was a useful way to keep his army in shape, and also a means of eliminating political rivals. The object of a match is to get your opponent to touch his back, knee, or elbow to the ground. In Inner Mongolia, they are a little bit more relaxed about the rules, and if any part of your body, aside from your feet, touch the ground, you've lost the match. It's not easy, especially when there's no weight classes or time limit in a match. When a winner finally emerges, he moves to the next round with a new opponent. Of course, there are rules, and the wrestler ain't allowed to strike, strangle, or lock their opponent's legs. I am suggesting that a hit below the belt is also not allowed.
This is interesting sports. This is in Mongolia. You gotta get involved. There's all the sports. You get a horseback ride. And lots of fun. You gotta get involved. Come on.
Don't be fooled by the build of this man. They might be stout, but they are skilled. And if you try to pass a fast one on them, like this guy did, chances are they will take you down quicker than you can say, "Let's dance."
Let's talk about it. How you like it? Where are you from?
Italy.
Italy? Oh, great. How you like it? This is get involved. You got to be part of it.
Good workout, huh?
Good workout.
Good workout.
Yeah, all those people. I think you picked the strongest one.
Yeah, he picked me.
Oh, he picked you. If I were you, I'll pick the girl.
You go for it. Go for it, please.
No, I can. I know I can. So this is a great part. You know, everybody get involved. Everybody be part of it. That's more fun. Look around. All these people here. Whatever you want, you can come over.
These vast lands don't always allow for much company, so this shepherd is more than happy to sit a while and chat. He tells me that the Mongolian minority are natural survivors and a strong and proud group. Most people think that Mongolians are nomadic and rely on rare livestock. But in the old days, their ancestors who lived in the forests up north were hunters, and they adapted their life according to the environment change. In late autumn and winter is near, time for the farmers to start preparing stacks of hay for their livestock. In Mongolian tradition, it's important to care for one's cattle, even if it sometimes means going to extremes. In this wide open space and long roads, you will often find drivers beating their horns from as far away as 200 meters to chase off any cattle that may be on the road. And if the cow can't hear them, they will either drive around or wait till they finally cross. Now, that's privilege not allow farm animals around the world can say they enjoy. Out there's not much need for traffic police, so it's a good thing the cows are around to act as a speed trap. In Mongolia, you often find wired fences in the fields. Don't be deterred by them. It's not there to keep people out, but rather to keep the animals in. And if you're not part of the livestock, the Mongolian people are bound to invite you into their homes and offer you a drink or many drinks.
Here is a unique location. It's a tourist spot called Hunglet that shows Mongolian lifestyle inside. But that name is very unique because to every Mongolian, Hunglet means a lot. There's a lot of beautiful girls used from that area. Even Kyrgyzstan used to marry one.
You won't find many large stones on the grassland, but when you spot one this big and of this shape, try and find out if it's part of an ancient ruin. This one here used to be the base of a pillar from a palace. It's probably not something you expect to see way out here, but it's fascinating that a stone structure like this was able to stand the test of time. In the past, navigating around these wild open spaces was a real problem. Everything looked the same, and there was no markers that could direct you. That's where the Aobao first came in. They were once used to road signs and a way to separate the lands of different tribes. So don't be surprised if someone says to you, "Hey, turn left at the third Aobao." After the reign of Genghis Khan, the Mongolian people built Aobaos as memorials for the heroes who fell in war. The weapons they used during combat were placed inside the Aobao. Later, statues of a Buddha replaced the weapons, and the Aobao became a sacred place to worship and make a sacrifice to the gods. The best corn, meat, fruit, and alcohol are sacrificed in return for good weather, harvest, and fortune. The tradition is you pick 3 stones from the foot of a mountain, climb the mountain with the stones, and when you descend, place the stones on the Aobao and walk around 3 times before making a wish. If you drink with the Mongols, chances are you won't be spared. It's a way for them to show you just how hospitable they are. And if drinking is a gouge for that, they are extremely welcoming.
It's very interesting. It's a tradition, everybody know that. You go to a Mongolia tent, 3 things you're gonna do. 1, the hada. It's the most respect one, the blue collar. Another thing, like what they do, you're gonna drink. And this is a tradition. This is like every day. You eat at a Mongolian tent, have to have that.
The environment like this is gonna be wonderful, and all the people living in the city will be very jealous. This is the best of the best. The best of the whole best.
If you never heard this sound, I'll tell you this. It doesn't come from an instrument, and it's definitely not from a blowhorn. So what is it? Throat singing, otherwise known as overtone singing, a Mongolian minority traditional art form. The singer changes the sounds by manipulating the resonance created as air passes through his lungs, to his vocal cords, then to his mouth. The Marine Corps, a horse-headed fiddle, is the most ancient and significant instrument in Mongolian tradition. Marine means horse, and kor means melody. The legend goes, a magical flying horse was killed by a villain. Heartbroken, his owner made an instrument from the horse so he could remember it. Originally, the handle of the horse head fiddle was made of horse ribs, and its base fashioned out of horse skin. But nowadays, the horse on top of the nation's most cherished music instrument is made of wood, and tail hair for the 2 strings and bow.
这是四虎的耳朵，
耳朵，
耳朵这是这样的。
哦，
这是几千年的有历史。
4根弦是吧？
对对对对。
这个马头琴是2根。
马头琴和二胡是2根弦。这个也是咱们那个就是少数民族的长期用的。
符号。那这个呢？
蒙语这是的，这是合汉的琴了。
合汉的琴了。
蒙汉看到了。
呀，
合汉的琴了。
合汉的琴了。I got it. Okay. All the things means something. All this, the signs. There's like peaceful, or happiness, lucky. All the signs are traditional Mongolian signs. You can see them everywhere, in the instrument, in their house, in the tent, even those who carve it. All designed for those logos. Even here. 这怎么说？
这是耳朵。
那这个叫怎么了？蒙文怎么样？
蒙文是合汉的琴了。
合汉的琴。
合汉的琴。
Okay, you know that when we're talking about Mongolian, 合汉的琴了。That's you know what I mean, right? 合汉的琴了，you know that. Yeah, there's all 合汉的琴了。Good. We got more 合汉的琴了。
我真这些那不啥呀？
我喜欢
网球就不要脱鞋都。
这对20根琴没脱鞋，等我踏脱呀。
This is real Mongolian outfit. It's a traditional custom. You come to our territory. This is Inner Mongolia. Everybody gonna dress like me. This is a typical way to make a hat, traditional hat. 好像有个什么讲究来的是吧？
对。
我记得说，是什么星月是什么东西？There's a branch of a Mongolian called Blyat, and they have their own traditions, and there's outfits. It's a little tiny things can tell which branch you belong to. For example, for Blyat, they have the hat have 11 columns on the head because all Blyats have 11 last names. So that's represent the family, the entire family. 这是太阳，这是光。That means here it's the sun, and here it's the sunbeams. So this is another way of wearing it. 我来试试。就这么戴，反了。哦。很暖和。What do you think? If I come out on the street in New York or Beijing like this, what do you think? You know, I feel like a Mongolian. Yeah, even 是走得这么走。I feel like a king. I feel like a king of Mongolia. I feel like a conqueror's son. Okay. All the people come over. You. Yeah, that little girl. No. I'm late to what turns out to be an amateur association with a passion for traditional Mongolian minority instruments.
Don't be fooled by their age. They're a passionate bunch, and they know how to have and show you a good time. Their dedication to this art form is unsparing. The deep sense of their voices echo through the room, and just being here puts me in good spirits. We continue our journey to the north of Hulunbuir and find ourselves in the midst of a forest, a far cry from the grassland.
Person like me from the city, come to the forest. Any forest is a blessing. Just listen to the wind, breathe the fresh air. By the way, here is not just a regular forest. 1,000 years ago, here is Mongolian military, led by Kyrgyzstan, passing here, go all the way to the Europe.
In the past, each Mongolian horse rider would own 3 to 4 horses. Fast movement. In Kyrgyzstan's time, once a horse trampled a person, there was no need to kill them because the next few horses would trample the person to death. Along the way, we passed Sanke, a town known for its excellent breed of horses. Look, how peaceful and relaxed they look. I reckon they need some exercise. Oh, I don't think the owner looks too happy. Better make a run for it. We head to our next stop, a little town called Shiwei, and it's certainly small, with a total population of 4,000, now part of the Russian autonomous region. According to the ancient Chinese records, Shiwei is the original place of Mongolian ancestry. There were thought to be 520 Shiwei tribes, hunters and fishermen, who adopted a nomadic lifestyle upon moving west from the forest to the Mongolian lands. Chinese historians named them the Mongols, But they were not the exclusive ancestors of the Mongolians. Other clans and tribes joined them, and gradually they became part of the Mongolian Empire. In the grasslands, the homes of the Mongolian minority were tents, but in the forest, huts are far more practical. It's amazing how these homes are built. Instead of nails, they use wood joints to secure the logs, and they place fresh moss in between the logs to keep out the wind. And because it borders Russia, this Mongolian minority hut could neighbor a Russian-style home. And if you don't already know how much crazy the Mongolian minority are about, their equestrian companions, they've even built monuments to remind you.
I have been doing lots of research trying to find this little town, Shiwei, because back 1,000 years ago, this is the beginning of the Mongolia. So I hope you enjoy the program. Also enjoy being with me at this location. Very important. My goal has been accomplished. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'll see you. Bye-bye.
In the next episode of Travelogue, we embrace the bitter cold and wash it down with some spicy kimchi to give you a taste of life with the Korean minority.